Hello, people. Welcome to today's episode on project management tools. Yes, we are still on project management tools. And in today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use Asana to manage your project. Asana is not that complicated, like it's not that dicey like ClickUp, because many of my students have been complaining that ClickUp is a bit, but it's not hard, just that it's doing a lot. Whenever it chooses doing a lot, it will seem hard, it will seem complicated, but it's actually not. All you have to do is just walk through all the buttons and you will get the message. So if you have been able to succeed in learning ClickUp, Asana is will be very easy to you. You understand? So remember how I always teach using buttons. So I'll be starting from this three sidebar here that you're seeing this place. So this three sidebar is just like if you want to see your screen over here in full, you can just click. You see, when it collapses, like a collapsing phone, should I say that? Yeah. So when it collapses, you see your home, your overview in full. Then you can, click it again so that you'll be able to access the button over here. So that is it for this. And also for create, this is where you'll be able to create your tasks, your projects. You can send message, you can create post follow, you can create a goal, and you can also invite a team member. All right, that is for create. And over here is a search. You can search for anything you want to search. If you don't remember the full name, but there's something that you can use to identify what you are looking for, you can just type it here and probably to show. So over here is our home. Home is just like an overview of what is happening in our account. So anything that is happening here will be showing here. So whatever I'm doing in this account will probably be showing here. And also you can create a task here, you can create a project, you can invite people, a team member, and you can drag and drop for customization. You understand? So let's see this. You can drag and drop, and also you can change color. That is for that. How to customize, and we have changed color. The rest, that is for home. That is for home. That is for home. And over here is my tax, and sorry, over here is my tax. All your tax, you'll be seeing it here. Assuming I've been doing some things in this account, you will see all my tax and tracking of everything. You'll be seeing it here, but I've not done anything here actually. So over here is our inbox, where you send us message and the rest. So this is message sent for me when I wrote the certification, workflow specialist certification. So congrats. Now that you have experience in this area, try adding it to your profile and personal information. See, it's where they send you a message, and just anything about message, you just go here, see your inbox. And if you are working for a company, for me, I think when you log into your account, like when you are set to work and you log into your account, the first thing you should do is come to your inbox, because over here it will show you if someone assign you to a task, you see it here. Someone sent you a message, you see it. Everything you see is here. You can also come here, archive. You can also come here and you see message that you sent to others. Okay, so that is that. Over here is our reporting. So everything happening. If you want to see all our data, want to see the data of a task you assign to someone, how it's going, the analysis and everything, you come over here, just wait and start tracking. So my organization and the rest. So that is that. You can also create over here, and over here is our post follow. You can create a post follow to track every activities, all the projects, all the tasks, or everything happening in your workspace. You can just come here, track them all in one. So that is for post follow. And this feature is limited to some people. If why I can't access this right now is because I'm using free plan. I have I think they give me 15 days free plan, and so that's why I can access this place. And if you are just opening Asana for me, you will also access this. But if your Asana account have stayed for long, sorry, you can't access this except you upgrade. So you have to upgrade. Over here is our goal. If you want to create a goal, track the goal, know how how it's going and everything. Maybe your company have a goal that they need to accomplish. Or if your company is a sales company and you guys have to meet a goal of maybe 1,000 sales products in a month or 2,000, then you can just come here, track it, and put off everything that will help your team achieve that goal. You can just track everything here, and that is that for goal. And over here is our project. Where is our project? You can create new project, new portfolio. You can browse. You can that is for this one. You can also come here do the same. So here is our team, which is our workspace. And if you sign up with your organization account, you also see that right over here. So here is like I said before, I was given 15 days free trial, and what is remaining right now is 11 days. So, and if you want to invite a teammate or a team member to your workspace, to your project, you can do that over here. So that is for this button here. So if you come over here, I already talked about search. So if you come over here, if you need help, maybe you're facing some issues and you don't know how to go about it, you can contact Asana support. They'll walk you through. And over here is Asana AI. You want to ask question, and over here is our profile, our just our profile. And this is the workspace that I am right now, and this workspace is where my free trial is. And if I go into this workspace, I don't have a free trial over here. So if I go into this workspace now, I cannot use so many features here. So that is that. And you can come here. This is our admin console. That is the back end. What you can do as a freelancer, if I invite you to a workspace, you'll be limited to some certain things. All you have to do is just log into your workspace, do what you have to do, and go out again. Over here is where we are going to give you permission to do what you want to do and permission not to do what is not necessary. So here is for admins, back end people. And over here is if you want to create a new workspace, you can do that over here. If you want to invite to Asana, if you want to invite someone to Asana, you can do that. If you want to edit your profile, this section. If you want to add another account, you can do that right now. So for if you want to come over here, if you cannot really delete like the way I do delete accounts, the way I do delete workspace on others project management tools, you cannot actually delete a account in Asana directly. All you have to do is inside the workspace, you delete every project inside there. Then you remove everybody, or you tell them to go away, to remove yourself from the workspace. Then you also remove yourself from that same workspace. And for you cannot actually directly edit the name of your workspace, but there's a way work around it, except you go through your admin console. Then you do that at back end. So let me just show you guys what I mean. Show you guys what I mean. I pray my network help. Okay, this is what our admin console look like, and you can invite member here. You can come to this place, inside everything happening. You can add a billing over here, setting resource, and you can come over here, settings. Once I'm in settings, I'll come. Can you see this place? Workspace name. This is where we are right now. So I don't edit this one. This is the workspace we are. So probably I can also convert my workspace organization, but all I have to do, I have to change my email to an organization email, and that's it. So all I have to do over here is, if I want to change the name of this workspace, that means I need to log into this workspace, then over to the admin console, then change it to that place. So that is how to change the name of the workspace. And over here is our profile. Want to edit your profile, come over here, upload your picture, put your name, pronounce he or she or her, his or your name. For some people that cannot pronounce your name properly, you can come over here, then pronounce your name to help others that can't pronounce it. So you can come here, add your department, your role, you're a freelancer, a manager, a team member, a director, a executive, business owner, student, whatever. You can just come here and add it. Then over here is you can talk about yourself here, and you just need to set your profile to your test and to the visibility of others, so that you'll be easy to identify. You get. So over here is our notification, and connect Slack to Asana for communication and the rest, and also for notification. Alright, here is our email forwarding, here is our account, here is our display account. Okay, see over here is our workspace. We don't have an organization because I use a personal Gmail to open the account. I know it's a organization account for it. So over here is our display. Where is our display? Where is our apps for integration and the rest? And here is our apps. So that is basically it for. Over here is my certificate, the Asana certificate that I wrote, showing here. All right, if I fill all those information over here that is in this edit profile, you can see that here. And if I change my picture, you see it over here. And over here, if I use record to pronounce my name, this is my full name, you can just click it, then it will show. Let me see, Chukwu Ifnaya testimony. Okay, so let's save. Let's see how it's gonna be. Chukwu Ifnaya testimony. All right, you see, it is working perfectly. So anybody that don't know how to pronounce your name, you can come over here and just click it. Then your name pronunciation we talk, and by then probably they have already know how to pronounce it. So that is that. And is there any other thing I need to touch over here? You can invite teammates over here. You can view your tasks. You can view it here, and you can draft project, briefly draft a project and schedule. You can do that. So that is for this place. And you can come over here, add another account. I think I said something like that before, and that is for your profile. So you can come ahead and now create a project. So over here, if you want to create a project, you can do that over here, and also you can do that over here. So let's create a project. So do you want to use a template? Do you want to import a project from somewhere? But let's go with blank page. And over here, so what projects are we going to create right now? Let's use this one. And over here, if you want to set it to private to members, only invited members can find and access this project. We don't want that. We want everybody in this workspace to be able to access the project. So let's continue. Okay, they say we should choose the view that we want to use. We can choose it inside the project. So let's just create. All right, here we are. So this is our project that we created, and you can come over here, create another one. And inside the project, you can view overview. You can view everything in one space, everything happening in this project in one space. So this is for overview, and you can view it in a list format. You can view it in a board format. You can view in a timeline format. You can also view in a dashboard format. Okay, so as we all know, I prefer this board format, just like Kanban format. I prefer it over others. So over here is where we can change. Here to anything we want, and over here we can come here and create a task. So what should be the name of our task? What should be our task? Let's just say first task is let's say our first task will be signing up to Asana and teaching Asana. So enter. You can also create another task. You can say click up signing up and teaching of ClickUp. Enter. You can create as many tasks as you want. So over here you can change this place like to do in progress, whatever you want to change to, you can do that. Okay, so you can come into that task and do what you want to do. Over here you can view the task in a full screen. You can assign someone here. You can mark this as complete. Okay, but we have not yet completed, so we'll give it this way. You can come over here and assign someone. You can set a due date. Let's say start date should be, let's say today, and due date should be okay, start date today, due date this. Okay, over here the project name is here, and we did not name that title over there. I'll do that later. So you can add to another project if you want to. You can add dependency if this task is dependent to others. If we need to take care of another thing, like another task, before this task will be able to move forward, before we'll be able to complete this task, you just add it here. Then maybe after that you can add a description of this task over here, and you can come here and add subtasks. Let's say our subtask should be, you can say let's create a different Gmail for the sign up of that Asana. Don't want to use other Gmail, want to create a different email. Let's say create a new Gmail. You can say over here also a new phone number. You can add as many subtasks as you want. Then if you are done creating a new Gmail, you can come here and tick. If you are done opening a new phone number, you can come here and tick. So unlike ClickUp that have list, Asana doesn't have list, so you can just use your subtasks for the purpose of list and other things. So ClickUp look dicey, but why it look that complicated and dicey, because it has a lot going on. ClickUp is doing a lot. ClickUp is customizable, is very flexible. You get anything you want is there. So that is why ClickUp seems a bit complicated. So like I said before, whenever a tool is doing a lot, it now look as if it's packy, it's complicated to learn. Yeah, it's not. It's just because it's doing a lot. So over here is where you can add a due date. You can also come into you can enter into, now we are inside our subtasks. This is not the task, we are inside the subtask. So over here you can see this is the project that we are, and this is our task, which is the Asana. Then this is the subtask we are into it right now. And over here you can assign someone, you can add due dates, you can add dependency, you can put a description here. And don't want to make it as complete. You see over here, comments and all activities, you can add a comment here. That is for that. And let's go out. Okay, so then another thing I need to show you over here, and you can come here and look at what is inside here. Over here you can add to another project. If you want to add this task to another project, you can do that. If you want to add tag, you can do that. And also this is your shortcut. Like I said before, I don't like using all these shortcuts. If I want to do something, go ahead and do this, but other people love using them. I want to come and start learning that is for P, and I don't have the time. And over here is create follow-up tags. If you want to merge or duplicate the same task, if you want to summarize the task, you can do that. If you want to draft soft tasks, you can do that. If you want to convert these tasks to milestone, approval, subtasks, budget, task templates, you can do that. Okay. If you want to print these tasks, you can do that. So that if you want to delete, you can also do that. So there's something I want to this over here just show that it's subtasks. This over here shows that is what this place means. So this place is if you want to attach a file. Let's see, you can choose select or drag file from your computer. Select or drag file from your computer. And select you can do. Select. Still loading. Okay. Alright, let's view. That is for that. So this is how to add attachments and the rest. I was looking if there is a way we can use this as our screen something wallpaper, but I don't think Asana have that feature. Asana doesn't have that feature. You can delete a comment, you can pin a comment to the top, and that is for that. You can copy this tax link, you can like the tax, and so this is for this one. What else did I need to show? I want to view the tax in a wide format, narrow format, let's see. Description format, okay. Description format. If you want to leave your task, you can also do that over here. If you want to leave the task, you can do that over here. So that is basically for this. And over here, I want to show you guys something. So over here, if you want to customize, click customize, and here if you want to create a field, you can do that. If you want to create automation over here is just like rules. If you want to do that, you can do that over here. You want to create a form, your app center, tax templates, the bundles, you can do that. So let's go. Since Asana doesn't have much stuffs for customization, you can use this feature here and create our own field. Okay, so let's create a field. Let's see. I come here, create field, purity. Why should I not spell purity? If I not spell it well, pardon. So single select, no multiple select. So let's call this low. Medium, enter. What is the next part? What is the next part of low, medium, urgent, right? Urgent. Think urgent. Urgent. What is that spelling for urgent again? Okay, I think urgently. Okay, so low, medium, and urgent. Should I add more? Low, medium, urgent. Let's just leave it this way. See, you can come into it again, change the color. You can come into it, change the color. Let's leave it this way. This one, this can change the color. You can come here, add another one, so you can share this text to others. Okay, so over here, these three dots, you can you can set notify invite to this task. You can invite that you'll be able to share. Okay, invite with email over here. You can come over here, give them access. Other projects, anybody that you are inviting, you give them the access. So over here, if you want to give them commenter, if you want to give them viewer, if you want to give them editor. Now you have in mind that if you are give them editor access, that means they can edit things in this your project. Okay, over here, project admin. If you want to give them full overall access to this project, you can do that here. If you want to give them editor, so that is basically for that. And over here, you see this collaborator, they have editor access. And take it with Naya, you see, have editor access. Okay, so over here is the admin come. So you copy the project link and send it, also invite. Okay, then over here. So that is for this part, to give permission and the rest. So over here is our filter, over here is our sort. If you want to sort it as start date, due date, assignee, created by, created on, anyhow you want to sort it. Over here is our group. If you want to, over here is our option. You get the option we have here is filter, sort, group. That's the option we have here, and that is for date. If we come here, we can add this as, you can set this as to do. You can come over here, add it as progress, in progress. You can come over here, you say in review, and over here you say that is for that. So remember, you can just collapse this. Remember, you can write anything you want to here, but this is my choice. So here you can rename, add session. You can add it to the left, you can move this to the left, you can move it to the right, you can delete this session, you can hide all empty group, you understand? Add rows to this session. Now you can do as you like. So over here, if you want to change the color, you can. If you want to edit the name, you can do that here. Manage project permission. You can manage the permission, like people that want to invite. You want to invite and yes, what we did here, you can also do it here. So set color, you can set color. And you can change the icon. Choose this icon. So you can manage dependency. You all know what is dependency by now, and this dependency mean if this task is this project is dependent to another project in order for it to be accomplished or move forward. You can manage the dependency, set everything that you want to set. And over here is, if you want to copy the project link, you can do that here. If you want to duplicate this project, you can do it. If you want to save as template, the whole thing to be in this format, if you want to save it as template, you can do it. If you want to add to portfolio, you can do it. If you want to import, if you want to export, if you want to archive, also want to delete this project, you can do that over here. So that is for that. If you want to start this project so that to be able to access it easily later, you can do that over here. If you want to set status over here, you can do it. And also, if you are setting this status, let me show you. If you are setting it to this, you can post it. So if you understand, so if you set this thing to on track, you can come over here, write what you want to write. You can add attachment over here. This is the owner. You can add due date. I don't put dates. So if you yours will probably have dates, and people collaborators or assigned people here, you can do that. Show or hide field. Owner date, you can set, you can add attachments, you can add summary of what is happening. Since you say it's on track, you can add what is on track and what you are doing. You can add the summary. If you need help on anything, you can add it over here. You can add next step and the rest. So over here is video updates. You can build your updates. You can previous updates, ones that other people sent, updates that other people sent. So you can the highlight updates, you see that over here, and the draft updates, you can see that over here. And you can then now post this update so that other people will see what we have been doing. Alright, so post. So this is when we visit it was your overview of everything. So let's see if you see the updates. Okay, so this is the updates on track. You see, as the update status is the update that we process in our activities. So that is what this list is basically for. Okay, so let's go into our task again, and I want to check for that custom field that I created. Okay, over here is you guys remember the custom field that we created before. So over here is the custom field, and we can make use of it. Let's make use of it. So since we have enough time for this, I can just say medium. It's not urgent. Just put it at medium. So that is the importance of custom field, guys. Alright. So you can also edit the name of this tags. You can edit it. You don't do that. You can add more field. If you created anyone, you can add it over here, and you can view. You can move. Why is not moving? What is wrong with you? Oh my God! So you can move, move and move back. So that is for days. Alright, you can assign. This is the other task that we created. So that is for this. So what else did I need to touch over here? I think I've touched everything here. I think I've touched. This is for help. This is AI. And this is where we customize. I already touched for this. So basically we are done with everything about how to create a workspace, how to rename your workspace, and I said that you cannot directly delete a workspace in Asana. All you have to do is delete every project inside the Asana, then tell all the team you remove them, or you also tell them to leave, and also you leave the project. So that is that. And for you to have a organization account, for you to create an organization in Asana, you have to use your company email, your organization email to do that. And if you already created Asana, if you already signed up to Asana with your personal email accounts, then all you have to do, you just go over to where your email is, the settings, then put your organization mail there, and you could be able to create an organization account. So that is for that. And what I need to touch, So the last thing I'm going to show you guys right now is our automation. In Asana, automation is called rules. Automation is called rules in Asana. So if you are inside your project, you just have to look at the right top side of your screen, and you see customize. When you click customize, where we created field initially, you can come here and zero is over here. You can come here and click rules so that you can create your automation. So over here you can add, and if you want to use templates, this is for different templates if you want to use. So you can come here and check the recommendation and do your thing. But normally I like creating what I want from scratch. So come here, create custom rules, and they are telling us over here. So over here is our trigger, what should happen, and over here is our condition, what they should check first before they should be able to publish our action. You understand? So here is our trigger, here is our condition, and here is our action. So you all know what is trigger, right? What should happen in order for something to happen. So here we want to create a trigger. You just tap it, and at our right hand you see your trigger is here. So over here you have to scroll, look for what you want. Do you want when task is moved to a section? Do you want task is added to this project? You just know what you want, right? So you just have to look for what you want. But for this purpose of this lecture, I'm going to go for something simpler as usual. So you say when task is moved to a section, click, then you should check what is condition. You should check that something is or before it's able to publish our action. You understand? So when we click, you go to your right again. I say you check if are the condition that must be met for this role to run. You understand? So what is the condition that we want and tax is in section that is added to project form? Assignee is the date is start date is, let me check if this other things. Okay, let me use this custom field that I created. So let's say check if that field is in medium. If I move a card and the custom field, that card is not in the priority is not in medium, is on low, this automation will not work. If it is on urgent, it will not work. So let me go with medium. So it's saying when the card is moved, and this automation now check that this card that was moved is on medium. It should do something over here. So let's check what it should do. It should move the card to in review. So what is our automation now? Automation is when a task is moved to a section, check if this task priority is in medium. If the task priority is in medium, then move that task to the section called review. So let's see what I mean. Okay, so this is our rules. And okay, when we move this card to in progress right now, when we move this card to in progress, this card is going to check, the automation is going to check if why this thing is always giving me you check if this card is in medium. Since this card is in medium, see it move it to in review. So let's do it again. See, so that is basically for automation. So this is showing right now that the rule is the automation is what move it to this place. Alright, so that is for automation. What do we cover in this video? What we cover in this video is we created a workspace, a project, then we created a task assigned our projects and created a subtask, and we created a custom field and use the custom field for our priority check, and we created an automation to make our life easier. So that is basically and the most important thing of what Asana is doing. So it depends on what you want to, what your project is, what your daily activity that you want to track is. So you just set it the way you want it, the way you like. So I've covered all what the buttons is doing, everything is doing. I've covered everything up, so you can just take your time with practice again and get everything. So that is all for this lesson. Thank you so much for being in this lesson today and for watching to this moment. I really appreciate it. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it. Just subscribe and like the video.